Hello, YouTube land, and welcome to episode number 17? 17 of Double Down with Double A. I am, of course, your host, Double A, along with...
The Renegade of Wrestling, J.J. Williams.
Of course, you already knew that one. I know that's a Lady Killer's line, but...
It's a Lady Killerism.
But they already know, they know who you are, shit.
Of course they do.
Well, anyway...
If they don't know who I am, then they're not subscribed to the channel.
Yeah, they're living under a rock or some shit.
Rock. I like that.
Well, anyways, this is our Royal Rumble
Results show.
I did not see the pre-show match, so you wanna?
Honestly, I missed most of it too because I was making my famous Velveeta chili dip for consumption during the actual pay-per-view card. But Antonio Cesaro defeated The Miz, retaining his United States Championship with his neutralizer.
Okay. And I walked in just in time to catch a curtain jerk.
Yes.
And as Alberto Del Rio is in, Chewy is walking out to the gorilla section, we spot a WWE legend and Hall of Famer.
But the Hitman Hart makes a cameo, going as far as to call Alberto the Mexican Bret Hart and giving Ricardo Rodriguez his sunglasses.
Yes, and we all marked out to that, and I think Del Rio called him the Canadian version of
Alberto Del Rio.
It was a good moment. That match was pretty good. I think the big bump of the night was when first Big Show picks up Del Rio by his hair.
Yeah, that was pretty intense there.
Picks him up by his hair and choke slams him from whatever thing that he was suspended from that Vince paid for through a fucking table. Nobody should have got up from that. I don't care who in the fuck you are.
This is very true, but Big Show, you know, I don't know, I mean, I think this may have been punishment, if you will, to Big Show for not coming to terms on his contract before, you know, they had to take the belt off him in the first place. It was like, well, you kind of forced our hand, made us take the belt off of you. We're not going to reward you and give it right back to you. You need to do some time again and earn it.
You need to work your way back through the ranks. Okay, I get it. But yeah, that was pretty intense. Out of a 5-star, I give that one 3.5 to 4 stars.
I don't know if I'd grade it that high. It was a decent match, but I'd give it about a 2.5, 3 stars.
Yeah, and they ended the match the same way John Cena ended his match with Batista, I believe.
Yes. Chewy, Ricardo Rodriguez duct taped the Big Show's feet to the rope as Alberto had him in the cross arm breaker. And that was that. Big Show wasn't able to stand.
Yeah.
They had to come up with something different based off of what they did on SmackDown a couple weeks ago. They couldn't have a similar finish.
Yeah,
you know, so they stole a page out of the Cena playbook.
Then we would have been watching WCW all over again. Oops, too soon?
Never too soon. This is Casa D18 Studios. It is never too soon.
On that, we're going to go to the next match, which was...
Tag team titles on the line. Team Hell No successfully defending their straps against the Rhodes Scholars.
And I called that one.
I think you're one of the only ones that did. I think everybody was ready for new champs.
Me personally, I think the WWE is actually doing something good for a change.
How do you figure?
Team Hell No is actually starting to get over with the fans.
Okay, but as you saw later on in the night in the Rumble, I'm skipping ahead a little bit, there was some dissension in the ranks. Bryan eliminated Kane. Kane had the opportunity to save Bryan and decided to eliminate Bryan. So that breaking up of Team Hell No that I kind of called, but thinking that them losing the straps would be the start of it. The seeds were planted during the Rumble match instead. I'm going to call it right now. Tag titles are going to be lost on Raw.
Tonight?
Tonight.
I can see that happening. Then we move on to what is normally the main event, was the semi-main.
Yes.
The Royal Rumble itself.
Before we get into the whole Cena again winning the Rumble and people actually cheering Cena winning because it meant Ryback didn't win, let's get to some of the participants, because we actually had some surprises.
Yes, we did.
That totally blindsided us, because we'd been hearing internet rumors about Shelton Benjamin and Carlito being confirmed to be in the Rumble. It was announced on In the Rants prediction show,
right,
cited from the Wrestling News Source website, who got their information from PWI. So it was a reliable source, but neither of them entered. But instead we got The Godfather.
And starting with number 2.
I was trying to build to the best one.
I'm sorry.
We got The Godfather. We got Goldust, and got to see a little bit of Goldust versus Cody. Pinky actually tweeted that she wants to see the two of them face off at WrestleMania.
I actually said it during the match.
We got Sin Cara and Rey Mysterio came back.
Sorry to cut you off there, Jay, but he kind of joked saying it'd be funny if the next person that comes out after Goldust,
Dusty. Seriously, have all three of them in the ring. That's never been done before. There have been 2 Rumbles now, where both Goldust and Cody were in the Rumble at the same time, fighting with each other. I want to have a year where they're going at it, and then you hear over the PA, American Dream. I know I can't sing, forgive me. And then have Dusty come strutting to the ring, shucking and jiving, and the two of them look at Dusty, look at each other, and then the 3 of them just go apeshit on everybody in the Rumble, and just have the family unite to go with it.
You know what I thought would have been funny is if either Dusty or Cody eliminated each other with a bionic elbow.
That would have been funny too. So you got all those returns and surprises, and then of course you started to spoil it. The number 2 entry, picking up the feud that was going on around SummerSlam last year.
Mm-hmm.
The Ayatollah of Rock and Rolla, Chris Jericho, with tattoos.
Yeah, tatted up. Oh my god.
He had a tattoo like right here on his arm, and then up here on his upper bicep. Brand new ink. That caught me off guard. I was like, does Jericho have ink? What the hell?
Oh.
But Chris Jericho making a tremendous stand in the Rumble. 47 minutes and 53 seconds he lasted before being eliminated.
Nice.
Dolph made it a couple minutes longer, about 50 minutes before being eliminated.
But yeah,
I know I predicted it, and then Dolph even touched on it during his promo. I actually got tweets about it from Ricky Lawson at Ricky Lawson, and from Scotty Mac UK at Siren Ciren Badman. Ricky Lawson said, "You were right about Ziggler if he won the Rumble." And Scotty Mac said, "You said it first, and Dolph just confirmed it. JJ knows best." I was hoping to see him win the Rumble, if for no other reason, and it pains me to say this, so that they can finally start showing 2 pictures again when they do the Rumble by the numbers, and say, as many people have won the Rumble from the number 1 spot as have won it from the coveted number 30 spot.
Because of the forbidden name that's...
Yeah, Benoit.
Yeah, we can say it. We can say it on this channel.
Now they can actually make that statement and show Shawn, and they could have shown Dolph, and then Taker and Cena and just completely wiped Benoit's win out of the history books, like they've already tried to do by the fact that they don't acknowledge that he won from the #1 spot. But then they could throw that stat in there and still show 2 pictures. You know? But
then it won't be 2 anymore, it'll be 3.
It would technically be 3, but they could at least show the 2 images and just leave the soundbite the same. They expect us to forget it happened in the first place, so...
I think my favorite moment of the match, and he touched on it during the match, and I can't remember if I called it on camera or off camera.
It was off camera.
Where I called Kofi Kingston doing a save off of...
You said it was going to be Khali's. I don't think you specified Kofi. I think you just said somebody.
Yeah.
But this guy called somebody getting eliminated, landing on Khali's back, and then getting back in the ring. Instead, it was Kofi landing on Tenzai's back, and then getting back in the ring. And then I turned around and called it and was like, watch, Kofi's going to stand up on the apron and then get eliminated for real. And sure enough, Cody Rhodes did not let me down.
Oh my God, that was
beautiful.
But the whole scenario leading up to it was hilarious.
Yeah.
Because he's standing on top of the announce table, he's like, oh fuck, what'd I do? I can't leap this far.
Kofi, why didn't you just jump onto the guardrail and then run around on the guardrail a la Jeff Hardy and then jump onto the ring step?
Because he doesn't do coke.
Touche.
But the whole thing was fucking hilarious. The whole, with the office chair. JBL, give me your chair. He's like, fuck it, I gotta see this shit.
Yeah, he was. He almost said it just like that. He's like, I gotta see this. Then Kofi freaking leaping the chair
till he gets to the apron,
and the whole butt down, stands up, boom, gets kicked.
And you'll hardly ever hear me say this word on this channel. But the entire time I was like, my name.
It's okay for you to say it. Pinky says that word all the time.
But still, that was my response. Now
we get to the main event of the evening.
Well, I was gonna kind of talk about the win.
Cena won. Whoop-de fucking do.
Yeah, he won. Whoop-de fucking do. And for a second, because I did not want to see Ryback in the main event at WrestleMania.
Unless it was against The Undertaker, and Undertaker just killed him.
Touche.
Like, seriously. Oh my God, they killed Skippy! And here's the part where people are supposed to say, you bastards, but the entire WWE Universe pops for it.
Yeah.
Except for the C Nation marks. And they're like, boo, Undertaker, you hurt our precious Ryback.
But anyways, for a second, I actually cheered John Cena winning the Royal... I'm like, oh my God! Did I just cheer Cena?
That's because when it came down to fucking Sheamus, the jar of mayonnaise looking like Ronald McDonald motherfucker, and Ryberg... Cena was the lesser of 3 evils. The problem was Cena winning foretold the outcome of the next match.
Well,
the swerve would have been to have someone else win the Rumble, then have Rock win the title, and then have Cena win the contention match at the Chamber. That way, it wasn't going to be as obvious that Rocky was going to win.
Yeah. What I would like to see, which is a pretty good analogy, I talked about this in the green room. Because Cena, technically, he has until Mania to challenge his champion, right? He doesn't come out on Raw and say, yes, I'm going to challenge The Rock. Since he's been feuding with Dolph anyway, have Dolph Ziggler cash in his briefcase after the Elimination Chamber match for the world title.
Right.
Okay, the very following night on Raw after the Elimination Chamber, after WrestleMania, I'll be the new World Heavyweight Champion.
Mm-hmm.
And challenge Dolph. which is a belt I do not mind seeing Cena with, because one, he's only held it twice, and you know me when it comes to champions. If you're good, if you're the champ, that's fine. You're the champ, but you need to wear the belt proudly like a champ, not rock it over your shoulder like I'm doing with this replica here. So therefore, that's what I like to see. Leave your comments down here about that one, but the show's not over.
Yes.
Now we're talking about the main event.
And we got Punk Rock 1 and Punk Rock 2 to talk about.
If my scenario goes on.
No, in general, because we restarted the match.
Oh yeah. Dude.
So you got Punk Rock 2 also. Punk Rock 1, 21 minutes, 36 seconds according to Wikipedia. I'm going to go ahead and go on record and say it wasn't as good as Rock Cena.
No, it wasn't.
I did notice, though, that Punk was calling most of the match. I was noticing there were a lot of points where Punk was pulling Rocky in and talking in his ear for a few seconds. So I'm thinking that Punk led the whole match to Rock.
On that sense, I can give the ring general to Punk. Because, yeah, The Rock is the great one. He is now a 10-time World Heavyweight Champion.
But he's been out of action for God knows how long.
Yeah. I mean, he's been making cameos here and there for the past year or so.
Yeah.
However, my man, even though he has somebody that's currently on the roster working with him when he's on movie sets and stuff like that.
Which, shout out to Michael McGillicuddy, Joe Hennig, you know. The In the Rams team kind of knocked it when they did the prediction show about you couldn't find anyone better to train with. It's the son of Mr. Perfect.
Wow.
He is a hell of a worker, underutilized talent.
Yeah. Although
And you can't really afford to cough up one of your main event guys, you know, your 5 moves of doom guys,
right,
to, you know, get in there and work out with The Rock. You've got to give one of your undercards your workhorses. And Joe Hennig, I think, was a great guy.
You're a YouTuber. You're internet guy.
Yeah. Joe Hennig was a great guy to send to them.
And so, therefore, yeah, although he has somebody that's currently on the roster working out his ring rust, my man still got a lot of ring rust. He looks sharp when he gets to the ring because, one, he's The Rock and he's been working it out. But I think by the time Mania comes around, my man's gonna look crisp.
Yeah. Has to. Stipulation was if the Shield interfered, Punk was going to be stripped of the title. Lights went out. Shield apparently came down, attacked Rock, triple power bombed him through the English announce table. Excuse me, Punk threw him back in the ring, covered him, 1, 2, 3.
Speaking of announce tables, I saw this on Twitter. The highlight of Royal Rumble. And I retweeted it too. Highlight of Royal Rumble. The Spanish announce table said, "No, fuck you. I'll break myself this time."
Triple powerbomb to the English announce table, threw him back in the ring, 1, 2, 3. Punk celebrates, we rejoice, the reign is going to continue. No chance! I kept telling people, there is still 20 minutes till the end of the pay-per-view. Something is going to happen here.
Right.
Our good buddy who was here to watch the event, I'm not going to name drop him because he's actually got a tryout tonight in Vegas and tomorrow San Diego, so don't want to get him in trouble. But our buddy was here and he was like, okay, I'm out of here. Show's over. I was like, nah, dude. There's 20 minutes left.
Then right before he was about to walk out the door.
No chance. I was like, told you. Then
he said
he was about to strip Punk of the title, and Rocky grabbed the microphone and was like, no. You're not going to take the belt from him. I am.
Hence the reason why I'm wearing my belt today.
Restarted the match, and a minute 3 seconds later in the Rock Punk 2, your winner and new WWE champion, the most electrifying man in sports entertainment, the great one,
the Brahma
Rock.
Oh yes.
And you, the internet community, have been talking a lot about this. I've actually pulled some comments that I want to read if you don't mind.
Go ahead.
The homie, Josh Molineros, friend of ours, championship wrestling fan and stuff. Do not get me wrong. I respect the hell out of a person carrying the championship belt for a booker/company because they see the potential and credibility in that wrestler and as a person to make them money and draw crowds. But I was insulted that out of rock bottoms and sharpshooters, it took Punk one people's elbow to terminate a streak. That's a joke in my eyes.
I saw that.
The John Cena Can't Wrestle Facebook page. Cena versus Rock 2 at WrestleMania 29. More like Babyface Ass Kisser versus Babyface Ass Kisser at WrestleMania 29. Rock and Cena never earned or deserved those wins. Cena always gets title shots and always loses. Rock is barely at Raw. This is another reason why WWE has turned into crap. All these remakes and the continuous same person in the WWE Championship storyline, aka Gaylord Babyface Cena Queer. This, let me tell you something, the PG era stands for the pretty gay era. And that's what it'll be known as. This is a reason I stopped watching WWE. It's boring. Hate me or love me for this, but I am the true voice of the voiceless. British Fist, another Facebook page, said, one thing WWE did well tonight is getting people talking. No matter how much you hate Cena, look how much you guys are talking about him right now. And then my buddy Johnny N had the line of the night. He says, the Mexican announce table never gets any love on pay-per-views. I can only imagine the hell it would be put through if there was a black announce table.
Holy shit.
Johnny N, big ups to you, big homie. That was comedy gold.
That was awesome.
Johnny N, I give you the Cena salute. So anyways,
is that it?
That's it for my little one-liners and quotes and everything.
Okay, that's about it for right now. Thank you for viewing us.
I do want to say this. I'm curious to see what's going to happen with The Rock going into Chamber as champion. There's a good amount of Raws to build up to the Chamber.
Mm-hmm.
Is Rocky going to defend the belt in the Chamber? Is going to have a one-on-one match? Is Punk going to get his rematch? You know, I said it on the prediction show, I think. Punk gets his rematch clause. If he decides to cash in his rematch clause at Mania, when Cena cashes in his title shot against The Rock, we could have The Rock versus Punk versus Cena.
True.
The two men that The Rock beat in his one-on-one matches since he came back, fighting for their one-up and being able to beat The Rock, and not only say they beat The Rock for the strap.
That's
going to be some interesting TV.
It can be anybody's Mania. That's all I can say.
That's very true.
That's about it for right now. What did y'all think of today's pay-per-view? What are your predictions for the pay-per-views coming up? Leave your comments right here in the comment box.
I'll see you a little bit later today with Renegade of Wrestling Q&A. It's going to be up a little bit late because of uploading all the results shows, so forgive me. Regular shows in the Pink will be up Tuesday, Stat Boy Wednesday, possibly another In the Pink or a Chicks on Wrestling on Thursday, or maybe the Lady Killer show will be up. We're not really sure yet. So be on the lookout for all the standard shows for the Casa D18 Studios YouTube channel.
Until next time, I am Double A.
And I'm the Renegade of Wrestling, JJ Williams.
Deuces.